Hello, everyone. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 3 of the Space Jam Premier X-Wing Tournament here on... I like how more and more it's just less understandable, but we still get it in our hearts.
We know what's up.
Yes. So my co-host for this round is...
Ryan Moisture Farmer. What's up? Everyone, the internet, people, children, dogs.
Of all ages. All right, so our matchup here in round 3 is Star Knight IU versus Daith. We'll call this Star Knight versus Daith. And we have Resistance versus the Rebellion. The future versus the past. Ryan, I'm going to go ahead and let you take over from here. Nick, back him up for a little bit while I go do some administrative stuff. But I'm super excited, and I will put up the Choose Your Poll champion that we can tell the people how to vote.
Thanks, Dion. Yeah, guys, let's take a look at these squads that we've got here. So Star Knight is flying 3 Rey wings. So Rey with Rose Tico, Corsella, Finn, and Rey's Millennium Falcon. You know, that's about as lean as you can get a heavy Rey. So, I mean, that's a weird way of putting it, but you got the standbys that really help her push out that incredible firepower. And then you've got a Blue Squadron recruit with Heroic, a Green Squadron expert with Heroic, and Ronith Blario with Heroic. We'll break that down a little more in a little more detail about what the squad can do in a second. On the right side, we have Daith 12 running a Red Squadron veteran with Crackshot, Garvin Dreas with Crackshot, Wedge Antilles with Swarm Tactics, and K2SO with Intimidation. And of course, they all have their various configs attached into them. So let's talk about Rey for a second. On the left side of your screen, obviously, she has great firepower. She can spend that force to convert a blank. And then you've got Finn being able to add a blank for someone in that front arc. Rose Tico lets you spend a result for a lock. So, you know, Finn can add a blank, and then we can immediately spend that blank to acquire a lock. So you have a lot of options with Rey to potentially conserve some of that force, using Rose instead to get dice modifications. And I think the addition of Corsella here is really, really interesting, because you have that extra crew slot on Rey, and you don't always see it used. However, Corsella is, after you execute a blue maneuver, you can remove all your stressed tokens. That allows Rey to use the Rey's Millennium Falcon title, which means you can still execute Segnor's Loop maneuver and perform boost/rotate actions even while stressed. One of the big issues with the Falcon is that red rotate is a lot more of a hindrance than you would expect. But using a combination of Corsella and Rey's Millennium Falcon, it really kind of becomes a non-issue. I like the mix here of a Blue Squadron recruit at I1 as a blocker, Green Squadron expert at I3. Both have Heroic, but Ronith Blario is an A-Wing, which has kind of come onto the scene since that first card pack. And Blario says, while you defend or perform an attack, if the enemy ship is in another friendly ship's mobile arc or turret indicator, which works for every other ship in the squad, you may spend 1 focus token from that friendly ship to change one of your focus results to an evade or hit result. So essentially, it becomes networked calculations with focus results for the rest of the squad, making Blario deceptively difficult to hit when, you know, you have a squad with a whole bunch of focuses around. If we look over at Daith 12 and the Rebel squad, you to break it down a little bit, you have I think Dion forgot to put the vote up. Sorry, gang. Red Squadron veteran, I3, really solid, just good hard hitter with Crackshot. And Garvin Dreas also has Crackshot. Garvin, if he spends a focus, which he can only do if he has a focus result, he can then pass that focus result to another ship at what is it? I think range 1 to 3, which not terrible. Wedge, we all know, reduce the amount of dice the defender rolls by 1 when he's attacking. But the swarm tactics is big here because that means he can take another ship at range 1 of him and allow him to engage at I6. So any one of these ships that happens to be there, that's great. But another ship that we saw out of this card pack is K2SO in the U-Wing. And keep in mind, he has intimidation. So if K2SO can get in there and block in combination with Wedge, that's 2 dice that would get removed. K2SO is after you gain a stress token, gain 1 calculate token. So he's not concerned about doing those stop moves, those pivot moves, becoming a block, still getting a mod. You know, if you kind of can hold up space, have people bump into you, reduce their agility, then have, you know, these 3 hard-hitting X-Wings attack at something with a bumped up initiative from Wedge. It is a really great combination. Ideally, you see K2SO in the front of that formation. K2SO flies forward, gets in the mix, blocking ships. You have 3 follow-up ships, 2 at I6, 1 with 2 reduced agility dice, the rest with 1 reduced agility dice. This squad that Daith has can really push out the damage. I don't know if we'll have an honorable joust in the corner here, if they'll turn in on one another, but I think both players are looking at one another, trying to decide who can actually output more damage. And Rey can hit like a truck. And in this sort of build, you want to take Wedge out first because Wedge is accounting for 60 points of Daith and is definitely the most dangerous and the most able to get around Rey. So if you can punch out either K2SO or Wedge early on, that's the way you want to go. Whereas Daith, the target priority is really simple. You take out Rey. Like, disregard those A-Wings, let them plink at you. It's okay, but you want those 97 points. And you challenge Star Knight to take out 97 of your own points, which in this build, if you lose Wedge, that's 60. And if you lose half of another ship, that is between 21 and like 24 points in that range, 21, 25. You're still ahead if you kill Rey and lose half of one other ship. And right now, people seem to be giving Star Knight a bit of an advantage, but it's 50-50 right now. It's hard to call. Nick, are you still around? What do you think of this matchup?
I was going to say, I'm really, with K2SO, I'm really interested in, we usually see Arvel as a great blocking piece, reducing agility in a Rebel squad, but I think K2SO is a bigger base size with a medium base, still has intimidation, can be swarm tacticked up. I think it gives them a lot of options with the 3 X-Wings kind of staying behind, acting as like a blanket for those X-Wings. It's really interesting. So this is a great matchup. I think it's going to be, we'll see what Rey can do. I think Rey's going to try to get behind and really start harassing Wedge. Definitely an important piece in Daith's list.
Yeah, Nick, if you were flying the Rebel squad, which kind of approach do you think you'd be taking? Are you going to be moving up towards Rey, or are you going to try to command more of that center of the board? Would you go after any of these A-Wings or do you just let the A-Wings kind of do what they will and just focus on Rey?
So tough. Like you were talking about with the last game, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts with those A-Wings. They're very efficient and they can move so fast. They can get in and out and still shoot you with those rear arcs. I think you have to go for Rey. Rey's almost 100 points, and if you ignore Rey, then Rey is not going to just run away. It's just going to just circle around, constantly picking off targets with double, triple modded dice. It's pretty good. So I think you have to go for Rey in this situation, especially looking at the points on the board.
Yeah, it's I think you just need to, and this is the Rebel squad that Daith has enough firepower to take down Rey. And a lot of these squads, it's hard to do that, but you can definitely do it.
Oh yeah, with 3 shields too. The Resistance Falcon only having 3 shields, that can go down fast.
It sure can, especially you get the right crits going in there. And Rey is brutal. she does have that big base maneuverability with Corcella and that boosting and everything, but she wants things in her front arc. But what you have to be careful of is you don't approach her so fast that she sloops behind all these squads and starts getting 5 hits on these X-Wings.
Exactly. Yeah, and we obviously don't see Leia present in this Rebel list, so it's not going to be so easy just flipping around without any consequences. We're going to have to see how when they get into the middle of the board here, like it looks, we'll see how they approach each other when they start getting into those red maneuver territory where they need to turn around.
Yeah, no, I agree. No control elements present in either squad aside from, intimidation, but that's not really, we don't see stress. We don't see ion, nothing like that. There's no Daith bone arm on the table. I think that we have to take into account the A-Wings on the left side of the board coming down to the bottom here. It seems like they want to position themselves to take on that flank, but if they move them, they hang themselves too far out to dry, they're susceptible to just getting blown away by the U-Wing and the 3 X-Wings.
Yeah, K2 is in a position, I'm trying to eyeball here what a 3 hard would look like. It'd be pretty close to that debris, but there's nothing stopping him from kind of just cutting in right here and having Rey be another turn out, unless Rey gets very aggressive and turns in here too.
That's the thing, right? If K2 decides to move up to approach that A-Wing, with Pivot Wing, K2 can just flip back around, no problem, get that calculate, and still be in play.
Right. All right, Dion, it's all you, man. Good talk, Ryan. Good stuff. All right,
Good talk. So yeah, I broke down the squads, Dion, and what we're talking about right now is, we think that Daith should probably target Rey, but if one of these A-Wings if Star Knight just hangs one of them out a little too far, Daith could take advantage of that. And here's one of those A's right now. That is, I think that's Squadron X. Oh, this the Blue Squadron Recruit. Okay, yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, and that I-1, that's a really great place for him to be. Are you muted, Dion, by the way, or no?
Oh, sure was. Sorry, it was muted to the stream.
All good. So that is a really good spot for that A-Wing to be, because now he can just kind of hit the side of Daith's Rebel Squad pretty hard, and Daith will have a really tough time combating them, which is why I think Daith needs to commit hard now to Rey and get her off the board as soon as possible and as fast as possible before these A-Wings can deal that paper cut damage. Because remember, these things don't have optics, so
right.
Their firepower isn't necessarily as good as it would be otherwise. It won't be as consistent.
Right, but you definitely don't want to ignore them, because you can end up being chewed up, especially in that Blue Squadron on the backside of those X-Wings. I know that you want to approach Rey, but you can end up getting bitten up by this little A-Wing if it keeps being able to be at range 1 and maybe getting in the way of some of those X-Wings, causing some blocks and taking away some actions.
No doubt.
Now, before we go too far, though, I forgot to mention that this round is brought to you by Curl Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code SpaceJam2020 for 20% off. No minimums there.
What if I told you I already said that? Would you believe me?
I would, but I don't think you did, because I never left. I could hear you.
You never believe me. I'm a fucking liar.
Which if you guys see on Tabletop Simulator, we actually are using all the most of the token designs. I didn't get to finish the cloak there, but from Curled Paw. So thank you to Andrew for letting us use those. That's only for the stream. It's actually funny, the players can't even see that they're there. It's fancy. It's all an illusion, Ryan. It's all an illusion.
Illusions. Tricks are for... Oh, I can't say that on stream.
The prestige, but, anyway.
Yeah, this is exactly what Daith needed to do, moving these ships up and engaging Rey in this joust. Sometimes it's fine to joust like this.
Mm-hmm.
Rey's in a position where if she wants to move towards that upper right, that northeast side of the board, and circumvent that obstacle, then she'll have to rotate that arc to get shots, which she might want to do. Like, that's totally fine. But if she wants to joust otherwise, she'll be rolling into the eye of this storm.
That's true. I'm actually gonna jump in there, do something real quick. I'm gonna get a more visible marker on their table so that we can see that ray arc a little better. We're getting our first shots there, Ryan?
Yeah, looks that way. Looks like one hit. I'm gonna spend that focus. I think this is wedge here. Hard for me to tell. It's got to be wedge though, right? It's the first shot. Nope, that's the red squad. It looks like it's the only one with a shot. It's the red squadron expert. And easily evaded. Spending that focus. It's not wedge. It's swarm tactics up red squadron veteran. Or Garvin. Sorry. It's hard for me to tell. Yep, that was Garvin. My bad, guys. I'm trying to look at the stream here. But the good news is Garvin was able to pass his focus over to K2.
All right, cool. All right, Ray is adding that blank with Finn.
Spend it.
Takes the lock from Rose.
For Rose lock.
Yep.
Re-roll it. I think you spend one force here and feel okay about it.
Now the force are on the backside there. Now you guys can't see it. We'll go ahead and switch to camera view 2. I think this might be a little bit better position for this match.
Oh, sexy! Look at that! Dang. But now the names are on the wrong sides. But that's okay.
That's all right. Nick actually has a button to fix that. Does he know?
Easily evaded there by K2. And this is the kind of opening engage that hopefully Dave wants, as long as he can get 4 guns onto Ray next turn. And we'll see if he's able to do that. We're looking at an A-wing shot here. One crit. Garvin with the evades.
Enough.
No issue. No issue at all.
So I like the approach here. From the Ray player, he's in a good spot, but at the same time, you know, we've talked a lot on our podcast. By the way, Ryan, you haven't mentioned, by the way, Ryan is host of the Fly Better podcast. If you guys don't know that, they do awesome work on their podcast. We've talked a lot about the difference between
Thanks, man.
Casting a net and then like the funnel of death, right?
Yeah. The funnel of death. Yeah.
So one evade. Were there any modifiers there? I didn't think so.
I'm not sure whose shot that was. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Is this K2SO shooting at Ray, range 3? I don't think he had mods. But now Ray gets a lock on him.
Yep. A dice equals a lock.
Crazy. Yeah, that's rough for K2 there. And honestly, with K2, I may have just not shot at Ray. But I can see why you try to.
Yeah, that's one of those
shield off.
That's one of those things where you don't think about it until you're like, oh wait, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, Rose, dang, bah. And then the last, the Green Squadron. Or Blue Squadron, sorry. And I don't think that Garvin has a focus. I think Garvin's going to lose 1 shield. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, Garvin down 1 shield. So it looks like Dave comes out on top in that particular exchange.
All right. So this next exchange is going to be interesting. I like. Sorry, going back to what I was saying before.
Yeah.
So Daith has decided to keep his ships in this formation rather than spreading them out. Makes it, of course, so that all his ships are pointed in the same way. If it works, you end up having all 4 of your arcs. That is a total of 3, 6, 9, 12 dice pointed at a single target. Can be really, really good. The problem when you stay like that is you essentially become a single arc. And if you have ships that are really maneuverable, you can end up being your entire squad can be arc dodged if you're always pointed in the same direction. So that's one of the things. Like, I want to see what happens this turn with changing not only the directionality of the X-wings and the U-wing, but maybe also having them at different ranges to cover different areas. Because you also can't sleep on the A-wing that's behind either Ronith back there. So we gotta see what Daith's gonna do here.
I totally agree. What do you think? What would you do with Ray if you're Ray here? Where do you go? You're Daith. You got Ray's dial in your hand. This is the world's final table, Dion.
World's final table, and Ray is there.
Ray
Oh man, the like. You learn pretty early as an X-Wing player, you never want to put yourself in a corner unless you have to, right? Because you don't want to be cornered. But man, that corner is looking awfully tempting. But of course, your other option is to try to head towards the middle of the board. But again, that's one of those where it might be a bit of a 50-50 decision. You look at your opponent and say, "Do I believe you? Do you think I would go into the corner?" Like, these players don't know each other. I saw it work. I saw it last week. I saw it work and not work in 2 back-to-back games where somebody went into the corner when, like, traditionally the quote-unquote correct move was not to go into the corner, and they did, and it worked out. And I also saw it where the opposing player called him on it, and he was destroyed, absolutely wrecked. So it's really
that's the tough call here, Dion, because let's say Ray does a 1 bank to the right here, right?
Yep.
And Star Knight calls it and goes fast with K2, blocks it, gets the intimidation up, and suddenly Ray only, is getting 9 dice into her. That's not great. But let's say she does a sloop to the left or something, right? Flips over around. Sloop left seems probably to be the better call, but I mean, shrug emoji. It's a really tough call.
You don't know that's the hard part. You don't know.
Sorry, I lost you, Dion. Can you say it again?
No, I was just saying that you don't know. It's just one of those where it's like this is one of those where you can lose a game on a single decision, or you can look like a genius or an idiot in this moment, right? When you're playing it. So let's see what ends up happening. Because we've all played games where a single turn that before anything even died, right? Just in the opening, you say, "I lost the game here," and that can happen.
A couple of those though so far today, Dion, where these first engagements are so crucial.
Yep.
And I like where Daith has these A-wings. I like it a lot. They're doing their job. We got 2 flanks on here, and it's just going to be crucial what Star Knight decides to do to take on Ray. If I were Star Knight, I would do a 2 bank to the right.
Oh, and there's the 3 bank getting aggressive there.
Bank. Okay, that's fine. And then I would probably do 1 banks with the X-Wings. But maybe just 2 banks with the X-Wings. That could be fine too. We'll see.
Yep, we'll see how hard he commits.
Going for the block hard might be a little too aggressive.
All right. So right here, trying to get into range 1, it seems like, with the Red Squadron. There's a focus.
Yep. I just worry about Rey doing the sloop here.
Oh yeah, because then she would end up arc dodging. This is what we were talking about with, having separate range bands. Range bands can protect you from. Oh, okay. Oh wait, does she have the Rey's Millennium Falcon title?
Sure does.
She can boost.
She can.
She can boost. So remember, debris does not take away your perform action step. It simply gives you a stretch, which usually prevents you from doing an action, but has the option here to either, I think you could rotate or still boost while stressed. So here's the roll first.
I think you keep that arc. And that's why I would have done the 2 bank with K2. The 3 was a little greedy. I think it was a little greedy. And because if you land on that debris and you're stressed, you still get that calculate with K2. I think you just went a little too fast there with Dave did. Because if you 2 bank with K2 and 1 bank with the rest of your squad, you're golden here.
There it is. Rey's going to be able to shoot out the back with 0 consequences. Wow.
Oof,
absolutely great move here by Starlight. We need some gumbo to the chat because that was a heads-up play. That was a heads-up play.
A big brain play. And Rey, next turn, guess what, baby? Guess what she can do? 3 sloop right.
Yep.
Be totally fine. And now behind Date's entire squad, ready to lay on the pain.
Whew. Man.
Date's got to be kicking himself for missing the block.
Yeah, I mean, because you bring intimidation for that, right? You're like, I need to make sure K2's in there to lose that that die. Oh, here we go.
It looks like wedge bump.
Yeah. All right. 2 hits.
Is this wedge?
2 evades. No, this is the Red Squadron veteran.
Oh, swarm tactics up. Sorry.
Yep. Zoop, zoop. Swarm tactics.
Yep, evaded, no problem. What a clutch move by Star Knight.
I'm still thinking about it, going like, man, that was awesome. Nick, right there. That's another highlight reel. Put it in the notes.
Yeah, excellent play.
42-minute or 44-minute mark, round 3.
And for those guys watching X-Wing, high-level X-Wing, low-level X-Wing, that sort of thing, use this kind of as like a learning moment here about, and obviously I think Date's not a bad player, obviously, but you have to be careful on being overly aggressive with squads like this, especially squads that are so, they are so dependent on getting all of your arcs on one thing, right?
Yep. Rey spends the force here. 3 hits going into K2. And takes 2 shields. Yeah, because, here's the thing. In Daith's mind, there are so many players who would have just won forwarded. Huh?
Tabletop Simulator clock seems to have stopped somehow. Or the clock on the stream.
Oh, the clock on the stream did stop. Nicholas?
Guys, on my end, it's still going. It's at 41:25.
Oh, there it goes. It just hiccuped there for a second. We're good. We're fine. This is fine. How are you?
I'm not that bad.
had to check in, man. Just had to check in. All right, we got some more shots coming in.
I had someone just ask me what's a sloop. Segnor's loop, 3-turn where you rotate after you move.
All right, so here's that green squadron going into wedge. Has 2 hits.
3 bank, not 3-turn. Can't talk.
And taking them both.
Ugh, hate to see that with wedge. No heroic there. The rebels aren't heroic.
Unless... Oh, no, sorry. He was going into Gavin. Sorry. He's going into Gavin. Garvin. I said Gavin. Garvin, the other one. This one.
Man, learn to talk, Dion.
Sorry. Been working on it, man.
Yeah, he wants to get Garvin out of there. So that's 2.
2 hits.
Yep. That's Ronith Blario on the bottom right there, shooting into, I think, Garvin. Or K2.
It's unclear.
I think it's K2, because you can spend the calculate, only take 1 damage.
Yep. So all shields are down on K2SO. We're going to go ahead and shift back to camera 1.
My goodness. Really rough opening for Dave here. I guess it's not his Dave of the week.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
I fully expect to see a sloop from Ray next turn, though. Like, it can't be stopped unless he stops it himself.
All right. And we're back to the planning phase. So Ray has a couple stress out there. Go ahead.
I know we like to talk about, different win conditions here, right? Mm-hmm. What can Star Knight do now? What's the game plan now that he's, sort of misjudged that last play? How is he supposed to fight back into this thing? Now he's down 24-0, but his positioning is not ideal at the moment.
Well, I think someone who's trying to over pursue would probably like, oh crap, I got a K turn now and go after Ray. I think you take what you have. And I kind of want to see if you can just get Ronith off the board. Just get something. Get some points that frees up some space in front of you. Then you K-turn and you regroup and try to do another pass. But I think right now trying to turn around is too early. I find that a lot of people are unwilling or just not used to disengaging, when a lot of times that can solve a lot of people's issues. That can just give you a new perspective on the game and just give you another chance. Because if you're K-turning, you don't have mods, you're taking unmodified shots, you're being shot without having defensive modifiers. Just bad news all around. What do you think?
Man, I don't know. I think you try and just K-turn.
Okay.
K-turn 2 of them, Talon 1, flip around with K2, and you just go for it, man.
You think he's at the witching hour already?
I think so, man.
All right.
Elijah Yoon just texted me saying my puns are stupid, but I responded to him saying, "What are Yoon gonna do about it?"
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Nice. So looking at our Choose Your Champion poll, you could see that player 2, Daith, did have the advantage in the vote. I think people were really swayed by those 3 X-Wings with the support. But we'll see how it shakes out right now. This might be our audience's first loss in Choose Your Champion today.
Oh man.
There's still 36 minutes to play, though. You know, like things can happen.
36 minutes though. That's the thing. Man.
Now, Ryan, here's a question related to Space Jam, but not necessarily related to this game. So, I think with these 3 rounds,
Sure.
Knock on wood again. I think that we've proven that this is a viable, what'd you call it? That we can do this again. We can do this again.
I agree. You've proven yourself.
How soon do you? Because I think the next one we're going to do is a European time zoned one of these. I know that sounds crazy, but we're going to do one.
Crazy.
Okay.
Outrageous.
I'll get somebody in the UK to maybe do commentary with me.
Excuse me, sir. I don't sleep.
You don't sleep. Sure.
We don't need representation.
Maybe because I this was a 2-week notice. I gave people 2 weeks to get all signed up and everything like that. You think 2 to 3 weeks for another one of these?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think we do another one. And give them a little more notice. I actually think I would give priority to UK sign up.
Yeah, I think probably what I would end up doing is like low key, high key, dropping the registration to to some of my UK friends first.
Yeah.
Right, and be like, all right, listen, Europeans.
Make sure the UK people get this.
Yeah.
Maybe UK groups only to start out.
Yep. Exactly.
And then I think we maybe do another one in like the Australian time zone, right?
Yep.
We get those guys involved.
That's the plan.
Get the Aussies / Oceania, New Zealand, Singapore, all our friends there. and not just UK, we mean Europe in general, obviously.
Europe, not the European Union.
Yeah, all those, everyone. We want Spain, Italy,
all y'all beautiful people.
Poland. I don't care.
So it should be fun. All right, cool. I'm going to work on a schedule, but I want to do 4 of these. Now the question is, when do I do? Like,
I'm in.
Where's
Help you, man.
Where's
I'm
the
in.
4th one? Where's the 4th? Where do I do the 4th one?
I mean, there's only one logical answer, Dion.
The West Coast?
What? Actual space.
Space. Actual space. Okay, cool.
International Space Station.
And
No, I think the 4th one you just make open again.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in what time zone would be the 4th one? Because that's the other thing I'm trying.
What I'm saying is you just do, like, I guess the time zone. Why don't you just kind of make it bad for everyone? Just do it in the middle of the ocean. See who's really dedicated.
That's right. Cool. All right. Well, let's
Alaska time zone.
Alaska time zone. All right. We'll see.
Yeah, a Russian time zone. I don't know.
All right. So
or
Ray,
maybe I know. Let's do like a South American time zone. Get the Brazilian guys in there. Chile, Peru.
Yeah, I mean they run on our time zones too, because it's.
I mean that's true, but if we're leaning towards them, you know what I mean.
True that. All right. Well,
I just said South America, chat.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. Looks like Ray headed to the top of the board, and Daith went for it. He went straight. He was able to get his focuses, and it looks like he's going to have an opportunity to possibly ace himself an A-Wing.
My goodness. What, while we were talking about time zones, Ray just jetted out of there. And yeah, we might see a dead Garvin, but not before we potentially see a dead A-Wing. And now this gives Dave, now that the pressure is off, the opportunity to K-turn next turn with all the ships and be back in jousting. A really good jousting situation. Looks like she did a 3 bank there, Ray did. Kept both stress. And this is should be 4 hits coming in on this A-Wing. I think that's a dead A-Wing, isn't it?
Took 3.
Doesn't have any focus. Right? Am I crazy?
Let's take a look here. Two shields, apparently. Oh, but here, this...
Oh,
What?
this is the wedge shot. This is the wedge shot. Only 2 dice.
Yep,
The other one was...
that's it. So, Ronith is
That'll
gone.
be dead. Yep. That's a dead A-Wing. And now, Daith has climbed back into the game here. 30 minutes left. Still plenty of time. If Garvin can somehow survive this shot from these other 2 A's, then he's in a fairly solid position.
That's what I'm saying,
And
man.
K2's
This
gonna
was
have
this was the call. This was the call.
Dang. And now we'll see K2 get a good shot at one of these A's back as well. F's in the chat for Wario.
Ronith, he was a hero. All right, Ray looking for options here.
Riverboat Ronith just couldn't handle it. I'm wondering why Ray didn't sloop, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, that's a more defensive position, and maybe what we're learning here is that Star Knight is a little more cagey.
Because here's the thing, he could sloop next turn, right? And that's fine.
Yep.
And then do a 1 forward. I think he's just trying to conserve Ray's points as much as possible here, but he's also giving Daith time. He's not. He laid the pressure off the gas. This is 3 hits from Ray though, coming into. Is that Garvin that she can shoot at, or is that Wedge?
We'll find out here in a sec. Just grabbing a couple damage cards. I'm guessing that's going into Garvin there. Oh no, that's going into K2.
Oh, okay.
K2.
Yeah, K2 hurting bad. And now pulls back ahead by having K2. So hit crit, I think that's K2 shooting right now.
No, this is the Green Squadron expert.
Oh, okay.
Going into Garvin.
Yeah, and Garvin will spend the focus, probably pass it.
He gets to pass it.
He does get to pass it, which is great.
Goes to K2. He has a focus now for his attack.
Give that to K2. That's good. I love it.
Does K2 have what does he have on him? Intimidation. Okay.
Yeah, fire at the one without a focus for sure. Range 2. See if you can get some damage here.
2 hits.
Not bad.
Okay, this is going into that Green Squadron expert.
Exactly.
Had a target lock, whiffs.
Oh, brutal.
Now we're waiting for the defensive roll,
Still has
and
it.
yeah, still got it.
Oh, heroic. So doesn't have it.
Heroic.
Only 1 shield. Heroic saving the damage.
Ah, yes.
But these K-turn, excellent opportunity K-turn with these 3 X-Wings coming up. They'll be protected from Rey as she turns around. This A-Wing going into K2. 1 hit. K2 will still live 1 more round.
Has focus if need be. Just go ahead and spend that calculate for 1.
Yeah, exactly. Totally fine.
Man, too bad we didn't see the Garvin focus actually matter, because I've never actually seen it matter.
I actually don't love Garvin. It just doesn't. It just really doesn't trigger as much as you'd like. I think But in this squad, it's okay because you can use that to get a double mod on Wedge.
Right.
You know, if you Storm Tactics Garvin up and everything works out, then you get the focus lock on Wedge, right? But that's not something I want to.
No, you can't rely on it. It's a nice to have. It's like, oh look, I found a penny on the sidewalk. But instead of a penny, you find yourself a focus.
You know
what I just found on the floor?
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
You know what I just found? You know what I just found on the floor, Ryan?
What'd you find on the floor? I
found a Curled Paw Creatives target lock.
You know, where can I get a Curled Paw Creatives target lock if I wanted to buy one?
Well, you can type !CPC in the chat, get the link to Curled Paw Creatives, and use that coupon code SPACEJAM2020 for 20% off.
If you want to jam, come on, jam.
Yeah.
If you want to jam.
Yeah.
That's how the song goes. I knew you were confused if I was playing the actual song there, but it was just me singing.
You know what? It's the best. That's all I know.
It really is. Listen, there are two things in this world that I know for a fact. One, I tell the best jokes. And two, I'm the best singer.
Yep. Today, maybe.
Undeniable facts. And if I've learned anything over the past couple months, is that you can say anything's a fact. People will believe you.
We're moving on. Move along. Move along.
Punchline, baby. There's the punchline. You guys were waiting for it. You guys were waiting for it. I deliver.
All right, we got 24 minutes and change left in the. All righty. So, do we?
Well, get out of here, D. You can't stop me. Okay, I definitely think you do K turns here with these X-Wing.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, now's the time to K turn, right? We talked about like if you can clear Ronith, you've cleared the way. Rey is like it's on vacation.
She's out of it.
She needed to do that sloop last turn. You get the K turn now. You have the shots on the lower initiative A-wings. If you can then take them out and still have 3 of your ships left versus Rey, you got a chance.
I believe. You know what? I believe you. I believe you.
You believe me?
I believe you. Listen,
all right.
You do this a lot, Dion.
I do.
You do this a lot. And, you know, who am I to say that's not true? And I think that if Dave can flip these ships around, kill another A-Wing before Rey comes in to avenge, he could have a chance. Because then if he can keep all of his ships when Rey comes back on the offensive.
Ooh, bump.
Bump.
Uh-oh.
Oof, man. He could really end up potentially even having Rey. I know that's tough, but possible.
All right. Yep, with that bump, because I think originally he probably was trying to get both A-wings just out of it.
Yeah.
But now
A-wing's in the
kill
danger zone.
Danger zone.
Highway to the danger zone.
Gold Squadron podcast karaoke party, guys, next weekend, by the way.
Everyone knows that farmer karaoke is best karaoke. Apparently everyone knows a lot of things. But if we're talking about learning opportunities again, I really don't think that Rey being in this position right now was the best for Star Knight.
No,
because
it's not. Oops.
You letting your foot off the gas in that situation allows Dave to breathe and get him back around now. He's now able to press the advantage even more without being scared of Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Rey won't have a shot this round. She just won't.
Nope, it's just gonna
on anything.
She'll matter in the next couple rounds. And the other issue, if I'm not mistaken, she's still double stressed. So not only she might be taking
Still
a third stress right here. Did she hit it?
It is, yeah.
So like,
now obviously she doesn't super care about that.
She doesn't, but at the same
turn. Sorry. next turn she'll be able to 2-hard and get back in the fight. But for this one round, this is Star Knight's chance.
Yep, agreed. One of the other big issues here is while Ray doesn't always care about the stress, it's nice to have a little bit of flexibility there so you're not so one-dimensional. And I would have liked to see, he went up that side of the board but didn't even do a move that took away stress and ended up staying, continuing to be stressed. So that's... Well, we'll see if that comes into account.
She has Corcella, but she's got to do a 2-hard next turn. So that's another turn that Core can't trigger.
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you who don't know what Corcella does, it's a crew pilot. It's a crew pilot, a crew card. It says, after you fully execute a blue maneuver, you may remove all your stress tokens. So it's easy to remove the stress tokens, but you have to give yourself an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, I agree. This, man, both players have made choices in the game that I have questioned, but obviously I'm not an expert. I'm very poorly regarded as an X-Wing player, but
all right, so whiff on that attack. This was Wedge.
That's rough. That's a rough. Is that Wedge? Isn't that Swarm Tactics up here?
He measured from Wedge.
Oh, okay.
Again, there's no mods on these attacks, so...
Yeah, just whiffs all around.
We have a bullseye attack here from Garvin.
Garvin does have crack shot, don't forget.
Ah, he does. You're right. All right, so this is going into that A-Wing, the blue squadron. Oh, another whiff.
Brutal. 6 dice, no hits. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. If he doesn't get half on this A-Wing here, that's a shame after a really good play. Now, but this is what happens when you don't have like a Leia crew type deal, right?
Yep.
Like, when you don't have those mods, it is rough.
All right, here we go. This is the green squadron going into K2SO. Has a focus on this one. It's only going to be one hit.
Yeah, K2 should be able to get out of this. Oof.
Oh, not today.
Taking
one hit, and that's a hit.
Hit. Not a crit. Just
yep. We'll just double check, make sure. That's what they grab.
And I think K2 bumped here, right, to clear that stress. So I don't think that K2 would have been able to coordinate unless he went faster. But then you risk being shot by Rey if she does a sloop or something. So I don't mind K2 not having the action to not coordinate anyone. I know the chat has been saying, why not coordinate to Garvin? Like, I get the sentiment, but you want to still protect K2.
Yep. And you have a 4 dice attack here onto the blue squadron coming up.
Yeah. Yep, let's see what happens. Let's see if the variant swings back around for him after 2 really lackluster shots.
He's just been saving them up. Nope. Just that same roll. That same...
Man.
Double eyeballs every time. And clear.
And evaded. Ouch. Rough round for Daith here.
I mean, he put himself in the right spot.
No, he did. I mean, that's just how it goes.
And now,
sometimes, right?
What? Silly.
Mission objective is still with 15 minutes left to get half on Rey.
Yep.
Your X-Wings are doing okay. You probably lose K2. It's fine.
All right, there's 2 hits. There's 2 hits on the blue squadron. Might be able to squeak something in here. Oh, no, he switched targets.
Yeah. I wonder why he did that. Interesting.
I think tactically that's incorrect, but he's free to make his choices. Free to make the
Sure
choices.
is.
I'm not. I just that move
did
does.
that one already have a shield off of him, Dion? I think it did. I think he was trying to maybe get 1 shield off to have it before it gets away.
That true. Yes.
That would make sense.
A-wing coming back now.
One.
Yep.
All right. I love that. Unlike these dice wobble a lot more than normal X-Wing dice. It really amps up the suspense.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, that's like, it's really funny. They don't have the same sort of weight to them.
I think
I guess I'd call them a little floaty.
A floaty.
That makes sense.
The gravity is turned up in the game.
I just think it's funny. I like it. I like the suspense.
So anybody who's watching at home, I guess somebody here, I got called out a little bit. Somebody, one-armed Billy said, so why did Dion ask if he still wanted to join the Cup? Some kind of awful person tease? Well, I'm talking about, we're going to do this again, just not, like, you can't join today's tournament. This weekend's
but you can join a future tournament potentially.
One, yeah. All right, guys. Looks like I need to go adjudicate something. That we're having a player issue. So, Nick, take over.
Both disqualified.
All right. The bench player's back on the field.
All right. What's up, man?
All right, Mike, what happened? Oh, no, I can't hear you. Hold on. It's my side. 1 second. Michael?
Yeah, you want me to go hunt him down or message him?
Yeah, message him or hunt him down. Tell him that the stream can still hear him.
Okay.
All right, the stream could hear you. Whatevs. Are you back now? Are you done? Did you adjudicate? Oh. Okay, bye.
We'll be here. They can do a 4 forward.
Because that's the thing. Can K2 go fast enough to block Ray here? Not just go fast enough, so. Cover the distance and take the space. Where does a too hard land Ray?
Man, there are times where I feel like I almost feel like I'm playing this game and I'm just like about to tap, and it's like, obviously don't do that, man. It's I think that's gonna put Ray really close to that debris, almost like parked in front.
That's what I'm saying. So if K2 did a 3 bank to the right and Ray did a 2 hard to the right, does that block?
No, they'll be on opposite sides of the debris. I think they might be range 1 away, but they'll be on the other sides of the debris. I think both of them they'll definitely not hit it. I don't think. Well, it's gonna be close for K2.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
like,
close. I don't think K2 can. That's my fear when playing with intimidation, trying to force a block.
I mean, I'm not forcing the block for intimidation. I'm forcing the block so that he doesn't get shot at by her.
Yeah, that's true. K2 is down to 2 hull. Looks like. Yep.
Which is why I might consider even the 4 forward.
Yeah, this is tactically this past turn for the A-wings. It was just crucial that he landed at least 1 more shield on the green squadron expert. Wasn't able to do that. It's tough when you have unmodded dice. It can't always go your way, but Can't always go your Ray.
There it is.
There it
Oh God. You can
Yeah.
be the new. You can be the, that was great. I love it.
All
I
right,
love
guess
it.
I
Dion,
guess
you've
I'm
been
no longer
replaced.
producing this.
Oh, incredible. I will infect you. I will infect the chat.
It was so good that he had to step back in the middle of adjudicating something and tell us it was terrible. That's how good it was. So
That honestly, that
Yeah.
was.
Well, let's see. What are the A-Wings going to do? Do you think that the one that bumped the first turn that's there in the middle by K2 is going to try to bump, like set up a bump again?
You know what? The gutsy play here with 10 minutes left, knowing you might only have one round of engagements, probably won't have Ray, is to do one forwards with your X-Wings, prepping them for a K turn or something the next round, and doing a pivot wing to the right with K2SO to try and have one of these A-Wings and get ahead.
That would probably be, if he had a shot, it would be on the back one, and it would be like range 3 obstructed.
Right.
I would imagine that'd be a real tough shot. But you just need one shield. You just need. I mean, we've seen
That's the thing. You just got to get the one shield, and that one shield was saved because of heroic, which is big.
Yeah, I played a random generated list, a resistance list recently, and it did not have heroic in it because, well, random generation, and man, you really feel it without heroic. You really do.
Yeah, no doubt.
Powerful tool to have in that list. It's such a great value.
And the reason I say to pivot wing K2 is to keep him far away from Ray, if possible.
Yeah, definitely. You try to keep K2 alive. He can be a good piece for the end game here. Looks like he's trying to set up a block there. You think he sees that one forward coming in, trying to keep them from getting actions this turn. That could.
Yeah, but oh my God, the juicy one hard to the right. Give me the pivot with K2. Do it. Do it.
Very good. You get the calculate token too. You get
I know.
Yeah.
Do it.
Good call. Do it.
Do it. Oh, he boosted.
Oh, okay, all right.
So you could still pivot. You could do the 180. Rotate. The chat told me that it was a hard turn was better. I say rotate.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to line up a good shot on one of those, trying to get Garvin probably for the points, but now they can all move freely and focus.
You get one or two more rounds here. I think you can squeeze out this engagement and get one more round after. I think 8 minutes is enough time.
8 minutes. Yeah, I think so too. Has Dave shot at Ray? There's only been a little bit.
No, he hasn't been able to get. He's had a couple, like one or two, but not many.
I feel like it's a common theme with Ray though. She doesn't seem to be taking much heat if she's played the right way, quote unquote, the right way.
It's true, and that's the thing. If you can keep her alive towards this end game, you can really be risky with her, because you know you won't.
Oh yeah, I mean that half points threshold. It's going to take a lot to get her to half real fast. A lot has to go wrong.
Oh, you did do the too hard.
Oh man.
Oh man, that he's just.
Yeah, I think that's twice now where I think there's been a little bit of an overcommittal with K2.
He's just rating to be destroyed.
I enjoy these jokes. You may have me. I may be muted, but I enjoy these jokes. Yes, sir. All right, you guys.
He's back. Bye, Nick.
See you later, Ryan. I'll be here. I'll be listening to your jokes. I support you.
Thanks, man. At least someone is.
Fun brother.
Oh, I wish K2 had rotated so bad. I wish so many things in this game. This is the first game we've watched where I have not kind of gone like, yeah, on every move. You just did a one forward, clear stress, and bumped. I don't know. Oh, did he arc dodge? Did K2 cheeky arc dodge? No, there's no way. He's got to be in that front arc, right? Dion, are you muted?
I'm back. I keep forgetting. Sorry, there's like 3 buttons I gotta press to make sure people hear me. Sorry, guys.
He might have arc dodged that, dude. Let me see. Oof, it's close. I think K2 may have arc dodged Ray there. And if he did, wow. Oh, Ray boosts. Okay, well, that answers that. Yeah, Ray's like, you know what? I want this. I want the shot. Give me the shot. I want it. And Wedge cannot swarm tactics K2 because you have to be at range 1. You can't be at range 0 to swarm tactics K2.
Right.
So Wedge will take a shot at Ray. And hey, if he can go get a real hit here, something like really nice, he still has the potential to half Ray if he takes all 3 shots on her here. And K2 is almost certainly dead.
Oh yeah, with Ray's right there doing what she does best.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Wedge.
Can add the fin die here.
Oh wait, no, this is
Wedge going into Ray.
Yeah.
And probably just takes the lock there.
Yeah. Why not?
And there it is. Ray just switched the lock to Wedge, which means that blank die is now available to roll.
Totally. Interesting going after Wedge, though. You'd think he'd go after K2 there. Moving the lock to Wedge, I mean. I just would have left it on K2. Try to take him out. Get the easy points. Because I think you have a better shot at... Half on Wedge is 30. The other half of K... You get more points, I guess, for having Wedge. But then you'd have to get 3 on Wedge versus 2 on K2. But if you finish K2, you're not getting shot by him. So... think you probably keep the lock on K2 there in most situations to finish him off.
Mm-hmm. Hit crit. Add the blank. Here it goes. Use the force, right? Are you gonna roll it first?
Use the force, yeah.
Seeing if you can get it for free.
Yeah.
With the target lock. Hit, crit.
That's on Wedge, I think.
It is. Wedge gets 1. That's
you do the 3.
That's half points on Wedge, and you're getting a crit under the shields.
Yeah, I'll probably seal the deal.
What's the crit here?
For this win for Star Knight.
That's a direct hit. Takes an additional damage card.
Oof. Yeah, Dave just hasn't been able to push the damage through. And the only way Star Knight can come back from this is if this round right here he halves Ray, which he needs to do 5 damage on her.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
Unlikely. It's true. Unlikely. It worked out, but I still don't agree with the choice.
All right, 2 hits. You roll 2 eyeballs, and
I also have the 2 of them confused because of the way I'm looking at. I have the screen rotated on my tabletop simulator.
No worries. And that's an additional damage card there onto K2SO. Was only able to modify one because it's a calculate token, not a focus.
That's going to kill him, right?
I think he's got one left, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken.
Oh, okay.
I've been mistaken.
Yeah, he's got one left. You're right.
Red Squadron.
So let's see if he can get
vet.
literally anything on the Ray.
You got to try. She's got one force left. Debate. Is there any other shots
He's
here?
going to go if he wants another round, though. But maybe he doesn't want another round. Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can have her with 3 shots.
This is the only shot he has, so.
Yeah, and he had bumps, so. Hit crit. Not a bad start. I mean, Ray will be able to reduce at least one of those with a force. So she'll probably do that, right? Spend the force, take no damage. Yep. So.
Time in the round, guys.
No force left. That's time. No force left. So you're looking at Daith hoping to push 6 damage through with 2 shots on Ray.
This is one of the last shots of the game.
Well, it looks like he's shooting at that A-wing.
Plenty.
With K2.
Yeah, he would have had to go into Ray. Like, and hope. I know it was unlikely, but.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why you shoot at the A-wing there. Like, I know it's unlikely, but like, you take 4 dice and another. Well, I think you shoot with. Or did Garvin already shoot? Did I miss something? If K2 shot, maybe Garvin already shot and I missed it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I thought Garvin still had a shot.
Right.
Must have missed it.
Anybody who's watching the stream at home, we are going to do a small break after we do the pairings for the next round. Do not go anywhere. We're going to do pairings first. We're going to get people on their tables already set up before you go on any type of break. I will announce it. I'll talk to you guys in the Space Jam chat if you're listening right now on stream.
Oh, it looks like Garvin didn't have Ray in arc.
Ah, okay.
Though, I don't know, man. I'm looking at... Jeez, man, that's tight. I'm looking at the tabletop simulator now. That is rough. I guess he didn't have her, but... God, there must have been a bump or something that happened. Because those X-Wings aren't quite in line.
Yep. That's what I was saying. Like, I was really confused, like, what happened with the red X-Wing is the one that got bumped. I think we just missed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not totally certain what went down. Anyway, kind of this game is reaching its end here. What do you take away from this game, Theon?
So, both the players had these moments where they could have closed the game or really pressed an advantage and didn't. And they ended up opening the window for each other twice. So this is a game of lost opportunity, essentially, is what I'm looking at it as. But we're gonna do our giveaways here really quickly. Thank you to both Star Knight and Daith there. The score ending 79-35. Congratulations to Star Knight.